name is Pastor David Ballard from Bethel Baptist Church in Ravenna, Ohio. I want to show you something today. It's pretty much controversial, and I'm fairly certain we're never going to find common ground on much of this in this world today. But the question I have is, when does life begin? We've got many thoughts about that, beginning at birth, beginning at conception. And of course, you've got the Christian crowd like me that has one belief, and you've got the pro-choice crowd, which isn't a choice for the baby at all, but they've got that crowd that believes that life just isn't that important. Well, I want to show you what the Bible says. I love the Bible. I just want to show you what the Bible says, and I want to try to figure out when this life begins. If you look at Psalm 139, starting in verse 13, the Bible says, "For thou hast possessed my reins. Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well." Look at verse 15. "My substance was not hid from thee when I was made in secret and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect. And in thy book all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them." And we think about this and say, well, life begins at conception. I disagree. I believe the Bible teaches us here that the life begins long before that. I believe the Lord knows whose life is going to be, whose life is not going to be. I believe it saddens the Lord. I believe it infuriates the Lord. I know it infuriates this preacher when I think about the abortion crowd still having the rights to kill unborn babies, innocent. They can't fight back. They can't make the choice. No one's ever able to consult them. The choice was made long before when they decided to have that relationship that would allow a baby to be in them. I believe that baby ought to be given a chance. I believe that child ought to be given a chance to choose their own life, live their own life. You're never going to convince me that that baby has no chance to have a good life. I believe every child from every situation can have a great life. And I've got to be honest with you, I believe there's going to be a reckoning day when God allows us to see how upset and furious He is at what we have done with our unborn children. I don't believe it's murder, folks. I'm going on record and saying it's an execution. You are murdering a child that has no chance of fighting back. I feel so bad for those ladies that have done this and come to the realization only after that it's never going to go away. That feeling of distance, that feeling of emptiness is never going to go away. May I challenge you today for this. Get yourself into a good, godly relationship. I believe that marriage today is the answer to abortion. I believe that people get together that God would have to be together. I believe that would answer the abortion question. I believe that Jesus Christ getting involved in folks' lives would answer the abortion question. I believe abortion is horrible. I believe we could quite possibly have taken away the life of a person that would cure cancer. I believe that we have perhaps taken away a life of the next great preacher. I believe we have taken away the life and just not allowed it to become a life of the next great lady that would do something tremendous for our country. It saddens me. It saddens me that this is still an argument. Think about those babies. Think about those lives that have been snuffed out by those that didn't want to take the responsibility for the child. Those that have decided that the choice that they're going to make takes away the choice from that child. It's not a fetus. It's a baby. It's a baby. It's a baby. I hope and pray that this helps you today. I know the vast majority of folks that watch this will be in agreement with me, but if it could just change one life, if it could just help one, oh, I hope that it will. I'm so thankful to the Lord for all my children. But you must understand something, folks. This world today sees this as a political outcry. I see it as an execution. I hope and pray that somebody sees this video and realizes how precious that child is, that realize how precious that wonderful baby that would be born is. If you don't want to keep the child, give it up for adoption. Don't give it up for abortion. Oh, my soul, I hope and pray that this would just save a few lives. because the Lord knows who that is. The Lord knows who that is long before conception. It is a life. It is an execution if you take that life. Please, please, please understand the words of this preacher. I love you. I don't want you to live with that emptiness. I don't want you to live with that sorrow that comes from making this horrible decision. Please, please let that child live. Give that child a chance to live, because I'm going to tell you, you never know how wonderful a life can be. You'll never know how great that life could be unless you give that life a chance. I'm Pastor David Ballard from Bethel Baptist Church. I hope this helps you today. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.